Welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy I have you here because I have a question for you. Am I a crazy game dev for working on not one, not two, but actually three games in the same time? Is that insanity? Is that possible? Is that doable? Is that healthy? I do not know. I surely hope so because this is what I'm doing. I really wanted to join me in my journey and see if it's possible, and I want to share more about all of this in this video. Let's go! So, is this a clickbait title? Am I really working on three games? Am I that stupid? Actually, I'm not working on three games, on three projects in the same day, in the same week. But I am trying to push three projects in my career right now, in my game dev career, like this. I'm pushing one a bit, then I'm stopping, then I'm pushing the other, I'm stopping, then I'm pushing the other, and I'm stopping. Slowly, I'm pushing them to their own milestones, and we can also do this dance, Okay, so that's happening. So it's not actually a clickbait title, it's actually reality. I am trying to do this. Now, sounds really, really stupid. I know. It's not like I'm trying to do a strategy, a business strategy to create the ultimate game dev studio. And I also don't have a trick. I don't have clones of myself or something. I am aware it's weird. Now, this happened by accident in a way because I am doing game dev as a side thing. I'm treating it as a hobby, and because during the day I am Batman. No, actually, during the day I am, and that would be at night, I think. Anyway, during the day I am an art director, so I have a full-time job in the gaming industry. A lot of creativity I'm pouring into that job. So when I'm working on my own things, I really want to have a different vibe. I want to feel it like a hobby, like I'm doing whatever I want. And for this, I want to feel pleasure, I want to be creative, I want to feel excited. Of course, I am human, so excitement actually drops. That's a thing. I get bored of cool things, so you can give me the best food in the world. If I'm eating it 20 times in a row, I will not want it anymore. Unfortunately, this human stat that I have and that we all have makes me want to stop working on my own things from time to time. And I think this is not something new for game developers out there. The new file, new project meme exists for a reason, because it is within us. There's also a honeymoon period when you are working on a project, and that's so excited. And when you reach that bumpy or that slope of things, that progress starts to feel that is added to the game a lot slower and with a lot more work, people tend to drop projects. Well, I am not dropping any projects. Mama raised no. Yeah. So I am never dropping things, but this also means that I am on orbiting. I'm a whole orbit. I am launching a thing, and then when it orbits back, I'm also doing an update on it. I'm orbiting, and I'm switching orbits. That sounded more easy in my head. It feels more complex than it is. What I'm basically doing is, when I feel that I'm bored about a project, I'm jumping into the other one. And then I'm doing the same, and I'm jumping into whatever I feel that is cool for me in that moment. Then that to me, it works very fine. Of course, this means that I'm not pushing and I'm not using all my focus in one place. And of course, my projects tend to take maybe longer than needed or expected. Because if I were to focus only on one, and I were a robot to be able to do so, I would probably have finished my games one by one in series instead of together. What I'm trying to say right now is that I am doing this because it works for me. It's not something that I think you should be doing, or if you are not feeling it. I'm trying to encourage you, however, to not drop your cool ideas. Now, it was a lot of rambling without actually showing or mentioning the games. That is smart YouTubing, and it shows that I do not have a script. What I now want is to tell you about the games themselves, and I will go into it's also order of difficulty. It's also timeline, the timeline they started happening. The first one, and my personal baby, is Crypt Droid. Crypt Droid is one of my most interesting projects. Not between the three, between my many things I tried. It's the project I started transitioning to Unreal 5 from Unreal 4. So I learned the new Unreal back when it launched with this project. It started like something like a side thing, and it quickly became a AA project that is quite insanity to be tackled by a solo artist, solo developer. Luckily for me, I am Superman and I can do it. No. Luckily for me, I am very focused in what I am doing, and I have a lot of experience in game development because, as I said, I have a full-time job. I am doing this for 20 years. So I have a lot of baggage here that I'm trying now to put into, concrete actions. This doesn't mean I don't have my own struggles, my own challenges, but I try to not fall in the same pitfalls that many of newcomers, new adventurers in this industry are falling into. So, Crypt Droid is a survival action first-person shooter with base building elements like StarCraft. You are building your own little army inside a crypt, an alien crypt. Yes, an alien crypt. And you are there, and you are the sole soldier, or actually you're a miner, but soldier sounds cooler in this video. But you are a miner with weapons, so you are a soldier. I do not know, but you are there. You are sent there by the human race because we need some crystals from these crypts, these alien crypts, and you have to mine them. And the owners will not be really happy that you are mining their crystals because they are holy crystals. They are fueling their tombs, and you are stealing it. Not quite right, but you are trying to save your own, owners back home, the human race. So, interesting action, demons are attacking you, are building a base, a lot going on. It's a single player game because I did the trick once to try a multiplayer game and it didn't work. Though it's a very cool game, it's not something I want to tackle again as a solo developer. So, it's a single player game. Crypt Droid 2 can be a multiplayer game. But right now I am doing the sane work. The sanity is there with me, so I'm not completely crazy. That's game number 1. Now, of course, with a game this big, I took many breaks from it because it's too big. I get not bored, it's a weird word, but I get a bit tired and creatively tired, So I need to take a step back. And when I did this at one point, I had an idea that was inspired by Stacklands, or I think that's the card game. Anyway, a cool card game that was very popular at one point. But I had a creative vision about this type of games. I wanted to mix it with the Warcraft feeling, with a hero-driven adventure, and I expanded it a lot more. And I'm really happy with what I did. And I did some playtests, and it seems very addictive, and people want to play for a lot of, actually hours. So that was a good sign, and I'm working on this project, and I'm taking a break from Crypt Droid. But guess what? I got tired of both of them. Now I see a trend here. But not only that, I also want to be conscious about success on Steam, being relevant and being up to date. And I see that now is the opportunity that I don't think there was before to create small hits with big hits with small games. That's a unique opportunity. Who does not want to be able to work 3 or 6 months on a quick game and have a real chance of impressing the market? So I'm also creating a shorter or a smaller game called, it's not called anything, it's a strategy clicker. So it tries to fill a certain niche. It's a strategy game, but also an addictive mechanic. And that also seems to be quite a nice, have a quite a nice gameplay that people like. and I will try to create this game as well. So if you can see, I have a AA game, Crypt Droid. Then I have a more simpler game, Kardventure, but it's still complex. And then I have even simpler one that is the strategy clicker. And I can alternate between them. Now, up here, there are many other ideas that I'm trying with my whole being not to create, not to start. At one point, when one of these 3 slots stops, I would like to create a horror game because I am a very big horror buff. But that will be at one point. So I also have to keep my creativity in a leash a bit and focus on these things that I think are enough on my plate. Now, that was a bit of a big how, a big why. Why am I doing this? But how am I managing this, juggling? Well, first of all, again, I have to mention my 20 years of experience. This is not something that I think is easy to explain or transfer, but I think it's one of the reasons I'm making these devlogs, to be honest, because I want to be able to share back some knowledge, or you can follow me and see the good things that I'm sharing and also the challenges that I'm facing and the struggles I'm going to be dealing, because of course, with all the experience in the world, this industry is one of the few that changes its variables like a maze that always changes its pieces. So you feel that you are prepared, but you are actually quite not. But I have some skills, like Liam Neeson would say, and I will find the game and I will let it live, actually. Yeah. Anyway, so experience. I have experience. What does that do, for me or for you? Experience is knowing on what to focus, to be honest. And that sounds simple. Of course, you have to focus on the fun. Yeah, what is fun, to be honest? How much fun do you have to add? When do you feel the feature creep? How can you cut corners when you are implementing things? Because you don't want to spend a whole year creating systems and creating a lot of pixel perfect art and things that will go unnoticed in the final product. Because to me, the focus is on the final thing, the one where players will press buttons and will feel feelings. This is what is important to me. They will start my game and they will feel things. What goes behind the curtain, it's on me. If it's a mess, it's on me. If it's clean, good to me, good for me, but they will not appreciate it. They will not care for it, and they will not be talking about it. So this is a pitfall many things that are in love with the craft are falling into. If I'm an artist, I will do the best and most perfect art. If I'm a dev, I want to create my own engine and create a lot of systems and scalability. And no, you do not need all of these. What you need is to have the focus on why everything is needed. What's the feature you are pushing forward? What's the gameplay? What's the need? What's everything? Once you have added something to the game that feels that need, you are done. Move forward. So this focus, as I said, comes with experience. What comes with another benefit I have is that I'm an artist. Well, an artist in this AI world now seems to mean a lot less with each day. But I am an artist and I really know what to do to create pretty things. That sounds very, very modest of me, but it's true. So this means that I can cut corners by buying some assets, and I know how to transform them, work on them, to transform them to my own art direction that I need in the game. I'm not saying that I'm doing this a lot. I'm just saying that I'm doing it where it matters. So for instance, when I'm trying to add a new enemy in Crypt Droid, I first try to understand the gameplay requirement I'm trying to fill. So I'm not starting from whatever generic asset I have or I can find. No, I'm starting from a need that the game needs. And then I try to see solutions. What's the least complicated solution? Not the least interesting or appealing or visually interesting, but the least complicated one that does its job at conveying the design need, and so that's also a skill in itself. And this is can be complicated. Sometimes you cannot cut any corner and you have to just grind it, work it, and that's fine. This is why we are here, to create. And sometimes there are opportunities to cut some corners, and I urge everyone to do and use those corners. It's no shame. The goal is to create beautiful and fun and optimized games, not to create everything by yourself. Again, I am a solo developer. I have to do this for my own sanity, for my own goals, if I want to push out their games. And my goal is to deliver games, and not only create art. I have created a lot of art in my own career. I now want to push the game out there. Okay, so that's a bit of how am I doing it, a lot of focus, a lot of skill, blah, 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 blah. I'm also not focused on the best code. I am thinking in scalability, in optimizations, but if it works, it ain't stupid. Simple as that. So I do not have a lot of hours to put into my games. So each hour matters, but I'm very focused. And when I'm not actually working, literally working, I am thinking. So I know when I'm at the desk, I know what to do, and I am very focused in that moment. So now the challenge, and I think something is now like a monster coming after me, is the AI era, to be honest. What am I saying? Of course, there's a huge pushback, and the pushback is fine, but we will dwindle, I think. And I think we are going to see a lot more AI, not AI full games, but AI assisted games, as in the tool has been used to create games faster and better, to be honest. But to me, this is a huge disadvantage, because I am a mix of some good skills. I can create art, and I can also use Unreal to create the code and the systems, etc. And this one-man army thing is a cool breed that will disappear or will not be valued as much. So all my games, I feel that they need to happen sooner than I thought. What this means is that I cannot be so relaxed that, oh, I have all the time in the world, it's just a hobby. Of course it's a hobby, but I also want to have some success with them, right? And I also want them to be appreciated, and I don't want to wait for that AI era to happen where it's normalized and everything is right now Steam is filled with a lot of games. It will be even more like that in the future. So I think with each day, not the grind, the challenge becomes harder and harder as a game developer, as an indie developer. I also do not I do not want to get a publisher. I do not want to get funds from funds, free money. I am not refusing, but not with any strings attached. So this is something that I think is cool for me, because I need deadlines, and I think this quite puts a deadline in front of me and makes me in a hurry. So I have to think about my 3 games. What's the approach, the production approach on them? Which one goes first? Which one will receive a demo first, etc., etc. And that's interesting, and I think I can do it. Now, I think for this video, it was enough ramble. I really hope that you'll find my journey interesting, and that you'll be following me in my journey to see if I can deliver at least 1 game out of those 3, if not all of them. I also want to build a community. I want you to help me. I want you to play test and help me find things and push features and get ideas going, etc., etc. All that cool stuff from a community around a game developer. So that was it from my side. Take care and see you next time.